Ecuador, República del Ecuador, Republic of Ecuador, is a country located on the South American continent and borders the Pacific Ocean to the west and two South American countries to the north, east and south. Colombia is located to the north and Peru to the east and south of Ecuador. The longer border is shared with Peru, and this border is 1,529 km/950 miles long. It has a population of 17 million people. Quito, with 1.9 million inhabitants, is its capital. Spanish is its official language. Government type, democracy, republic. Literacy, more than 92% of the people can read and write. Religion, mainly Christians, Roman Catholics 80%. Currency, US dollar. National symbols, yellow, blue and red. National colors, Andean condor, national bird. National anthem, Salve, O Patria. We salute you, our homeland. National Day, August 10th, Independence Day. History, Amerindians were the earliest settlers in the region, which later became part of the Inca Empire. The region was colonized by the Spanish in 16th century. Ecuador proclaimed independence in 1809 and from 1820 to 1830 was part of Gran Colombia. Only in 1840 the independence of Ecuador was recognized by Spain. Since May 2021, Guillermo Lasso is the president of Ecuador. He succeeded Lenín Moreno. The climate in Ecuador is mostly tropical but has a temperate highland climate. In the country's center, Ecuador has coastal plains, a central highland called Sierra, and rolling hills and flats in the Amazon region. The country has four main regions: the coast, the highlands, Amazonia in the east, and the Galapagos Islands. Ecuador is slightly smaller than the state of Nevada in the USA. Ecuador is a bit smaller than Italy, but bigger in land area than New Zealand. A flight from Barcelona, Spain to Quito, Ecuador takes roughly 8 hours, and from New York, USA a flight takes 9 hours. The capital city of Ecuador, Quito, is the second highest capital in the world, after La Paz in Bolivia, and the closest capital to the equator. Quito's elevation is 2,850 m/9,350 feet above sea level. The highest mountain of Ecuador is the volcano Chimborazo with 6,268 m/20,564 feet. The top is the Earth closest point to the Sun and the farthest point from the center of our Earth. Agodian waterfall, which is 61 m/200 feet high, is today the highest waterfall in Ecuador. Before February 2020, the San Rafael waterfalls with 150 m/490 feet were the tallest waterfall in Ecuador, but it disappeared after a sinkhole diverted the waters and created three smaller waterfalls instead. Ecuador has a coastline which is 2,337 km/1,452 miles long. The longest river in Ecuador is the Rio Napo, which flows through the northeastern parts of the country. Ecuador has two time zones, which includes the Galapagos Islands, UTC-6. Quito, Ecuador's capital city, is close to the volcano Cotopaxi, which is located about 50 km/31 miles to the south of Quito. Cotopaxi is one of the highest active volcanoes in the world. Quilatoa Crater Lake. The crater lake is 250 m/820 feet deep. This crater lake formed about 800 years ago after a massive eruption of the volcano. You can walk down the crater of this dormant volcano and take a swim in the clear waters of this lake. Cuenca, this city in the southern Andes region, is known for its Cathedral Nueva with the blue domes and historic colonial center. The full name of the city is Santa Ana de los Cuatro Rios de Cuenca. There are four rivers that flow through this city. This is actually the place where the typical Panama hats originate from. Usuni National Park in eastern Ecuador is one of the places with the most biological diversity in the world. There are millions of plant, birds, insects, and mammal species. There are over 120 reptile species in the park. Salinas is one of the most important spa towns in Ecuador. The city is also known for its beautiful beaches. The Galapagos Islands are an archipelago in the Pacific Ocean and are located about 900 km/555 miles off the Ecuadorian coastline. These islands are known for their rich biodiversity. The majority of Ecuadorians live in the central provinces of the country, the Andes Mountains, or along the Pacific coast. Most of the population, 64%, live in urban centers. The 5 largest cities in Ecuador are Guayaquil, 3 million inhabitants; Quito, 1.9 million inhabitants; Cuenca, 630,000 inhabitants; Santo Domingo, 460,000 inhabitants; Ambato, 400,000 inhabitants. Almost a quarter of the population, 22%, lives below the poverty line. Poverty and income inequality affect mainly the rural population or the indigenous people. In rural areas, only 10% of the children go on to high school. The indigenous population in Ecuador counts about 1.1 million people with 14 indigenous nationalities. 24% of the indigenous people live in the Amazon region. The biggest indigenous group are the Quechua. Most of them live in the southern highlands and on the Galapagos Islands. Most people work in the services sector in Ecuador, and 1/4 of the population is working in the agricultural sector. The official language of Ecuador is Spanish. Spanish is widely used in education. Quechua is the most spoken native language. There are also several other Amerindian languages spoken in Ecuador. Among them are Awa, which is spoken by the Awa people, Olingi, spoken by the Kofan people, and Shurashikam, which is spoken by the Shur people. The main natural resources of Ecuador are petroleum, fish, timber, and hydropower. Ecuador is the largest producer and exporter of bananas in the world. Among Ecuador's main exports are petroleum, bananas, cut flowers, shrimp, cacao, coffee, wood, fish. Ecuador's main trading partners are the USA, China, Vietnam, and the South American countries Colombia, Peru, and Chile. The US dollar became Ecuador's currency in 2001 after a banking crisis in the country hit the economy hard. Plantains, potatoes, quinoa, and cassava, also called yuca, as well as corn, are staple foods in Ecuador. There are over 350 varieties of corn grown in Ecuador. Corn is eaten boiled and steamed or as popcorn and used in many dishes such as the popular mote pillow. Along the coast, many dishes also include fresh fish or seafood, while chicken, pork, and beef are popular in the highlands. Fruits such as bananas, mangoes, and passion fruits, as well as cocoa beans, are also commonly used in many dishes. Ecuadorian Ariba cocoa is often said to make the best chocolate with the finest aroma. In cebolado, this soup is often considered the national dish of Ecuador. The spicy soup is made with albacore, longfin tuna, cassava, onion, and cilantro. The soup is usually served with fried plantains, patacons, or white rice in bread. Typical Ecuadorian food and drinks include encocado. This fish or seafood dish is made with spicy coconut sauce and usually accompanied by rice. Mote pillow, a traditional dish consisting of a variety of corn cooked and seasoned with egg, onions, salt, and parsley. Tortilla de yuca, a typical flat pancake made with cassava, is especially popular in the Amazon's villages. Patacons, green fried plantains, similar to thick potato chips or thick French fries. Colada morado, drink made with black corn flour, is served with typical bread dolls on the Day of the Dead, on November 2nd. Pastel de tres leches, this cake is made with 3 kinds of milk, condensed milk, evaporated milk, and cream, and is very delicious. Guinea pig or kiwi is deemed a delicacy in Ecuador. Ecuador is one of the 17 megadiverse countries for its unique biodiversity. The country has the most biodiversity per square kilometer of any nation. Blue-footed boobies can be encountered in many tropical places of the Pacific Ocean. About half of these marine birds nest in the Galapagos Islands. Marine iguanas are endemic to the Galapagos Islands as well. Endemic means the marine iguanas only live there. There are 5 other species of iguanas encountered in Ecuador and in the city of Guayaquil. You might even see these huge reptiles roaming the parks of the city.